Who is waiting to answer the call, prepared to risk their lives to save others, when disaster strikes and a typical day turns into the worst day of someone's life? Who is ready to race out the door when the unimaginable happens and face the challenges and risks to make that day better? Let's put a face to that name here in Hillsborough and meet the third shift in a rotation of 3 in this station, the C shift. There's Casey, the captain of C shift for nearly 5 years. Pop Socket, who was given the nickname on his first day because of the pop socket on his phone, and though it is long gone, the nickname has stuck for the last 3 years. Justin started volunteering in 2013 at the Cedar Grove department and has been with Hillsborough for the last 6. Josh grew up with family in the medical field and joined the department in 2015. Carl has been with C Shift for 3 years and found the same brotherhood with this team as he had during his time in the Army. Sean comes from a family of firemen and started volunteering while in high school in 2015. And last but not least, there's Joey, the youngest on the shift at 21 years old and just getting started on his career in fire. But what goes into being prepared for the unexpected, to save others' lives at a moment's notice? There are countless trainings each member of the shift will complete, sometimes braving 40-degree weather in dry suits to practice water rescue scenarios, or spending 216 hours a year poring over all the information necessary to perform an emergency response. Then there is the constant equipment maintenance, checking over every inch of their engines, spending their days making sure all parts are functioning perfectly, and meticulously organizing all their equipment so there is no hesitation when answering a call. If you've ever walked past their station in downtown Hillsborough, you may have seen the weekly task of watching each vehicle or noticed the shine of their red engines that only comes from hours of waxing each one. But there is another component of this work that is as important, if not more important, than all the training and maintenance. And no, it's not the seemingly infinite cups of coffee consumed in this station every day, but the people doing this work. C Shift spends 240 hours a month together, sharing breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the station for a third of the year. As Casey explained it to me, cops eat donuts, firemen eat everything. Spending so much time together, they have to be able to make even the most repetitive tasks entertaining, or find ways to stay alert during the long hours spent waiting for the call to come, so that when they race from the station to the gear laid out ready for them in the garage, scrambling to suit up while the sirens blare, they can rush out the door without any hesitation. But even more important is the support they find within each other. These men see things in this line of work that many of us can't imagine experiencing in our lifetime. Who can they trust to have their backs and keep them safe when they risk their lives for the safety and lives of others? And who can they confide in when they did all they could on a call but could not make it better? That's why the community within fire is just as important as any technical training these men have for the job. As Sean put it, it's the people on their shift that make this job so great. They trust their fellow firemen to keep an eye out for them while they stay prepared to help the rest of us and can look to each other for security while sharing their strengths and weaknesses. They can lean on each other when they need it, check in with each other after a particularly difficult call, and share the weight of being the people that we look to for help on our worst days. Doing this job requires sacrificing their safety, health, and well-being for anyone and everyone. And when they step out that door to risk it all when called to help, they don't make that sacrifice alone.